Okay, we'll call this planning and zoning for October 11th, 2022 meeting to order. We consider the approval of the minutes for the September 27th, 2022 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting and take any action as necessary. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes for the September 27th meeting?
I make a motion that we receive.
All right, everybody say aye.
Aye.
All right. We'll go to item number 3, hold a public hearing to consider the request of Juan Mata, application owner for a zoning change from SF2 Single Family Residential District to NS Neighborhood Service District on 0.2017 acre tract of land described as Lot 33, Block 230, Mount Pleasant, City Block, City of Mount Pleasant, Titus County, Texas, and generally located on the northeast corner of Otyson Street and West Cash Street, 1137 Cash Street. Take any action as necessary.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the applicant is here this evening. The property you can see is located on the southeast corner of Otyson and Cash Street. And essentially what the applicant is looking to do is to be able to rezone the property for a small neighborhood grocery facility on this. We believe that in the past it has been used that way. The facility, the structure actually was constructed back in 1963, and it hadn't been used in some time. However, when we take a look at the comprehensive plan, the future land use plan calls this area out as compact residential. Essentially, that just means there's a variety of houses available with that. And essentially, it goes on and refers to, in the future land use plan, that it may contain a small number of commercial to allow for neighborhood type services. And so that's essentially what the applicant is requesting. And so with that, the use is compatible with, I'm sorry, I should go down here and want to take a look at the structure. The use is compatible with the future land use plan as far as a small food facility. Here is an image of the facility. You can take a look to see that it is an older facility. It's on the corner, and as far as the site, it is constrained with what can be done in the terms of parking. So that's one of the issues that you probably just need to take a look at when you're reviewing this for the zoning change. That is, if it is approved for zoning, this is something that the applicant will have to come forward with and be able to meet the parking requirements. Based on the site and the constraints of this, it's about 1,350 square feet for the facility itself. So it's going to require 7 parking spaces. With that in mind, it's probably going to require a variance through the Board of Adjustments for head-in parking. And so those are some things that you probably should consider when you're taking a look at the zoning on this. There's some other things that we'll have to go through as well too with site plan for the property if it is approved, and then it'll need to meet all the building and fire code requirements for accessibility and things like that as well too. We did, because this is a public hearing, we did send out notices. We sent out 21 notices to all the property owners that are within 200 feet. There's the zoning map right now. It's showing you. We go back. The current zoning on that, once again, is single family zoning, so you can see it's surrounded by single family lots right now, and the neighborhood service would stick right there if you do move forward with that. 21 notices did go out to property owners within 200 feet. We did receive 3 notices back. I did provide those in your packet. 2 of those are in favor of the request, and we did have 1 owner that is against the rezoning, and that particular owner actually owns 4 properties. Oops, let me go back here. Sorry, my first time doing this. Let me go back to the property green button. So the property that is in opposition has 4 properties, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. It only counts as 1 notice received, but it does count for the 4 properties. So you do want to be able to take that in consideration as well as you're making your decision tonight. Once again, this is a public hearing. We do have the applicant here to answer any questions that you may have, and staff is available as well.
Okay, that used to be a store a long time ago.
That is correct.
What is it? Is it empty now?
It is empty, understand, been empty for some years.
Yeah, I think that used to be Chapman, Chapman store.
But is there enough property there to make the variances to get the parking spaces?
Well, that's one thing that we can determine whenever we have a site plan in place. It is constraining. When you take a look at the measurements on it, it's gonna require 7 spaces. Without taking a look at a site plan to see exactly how that's going to happen, is there that possibility? There could be that possibility, but, without the site plan, I can't say yes or no to that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a store a long time ago. Mhm.
Like David said, the only thing we're gonna have an issue with is, because most of these things that we've done on these houses, places that are war businesses are come in, we try to get them up to the parking standard somehow. We sort of had that problem over here on the nursing home that you guys looked at, that we had to kind of adjust and try to make that work. We can do that, but we wanted to make the applicant aware that if it gets approved by the council, that there will be a second step. They're gonna have to get that, probably come back to the Board of Adjustment to get that approval on the parking. But we can cross that once we, if we elect to change the zoning, that'll allow us to do it.
Right, I mean, that place over on Gibson that sells the fish stuff, I mean, that has seemed to work. All right, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Mata? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the zoning change?
I make a motion where we approve the change.
Mr. James? Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Done, okay. All right, we'll go to number 4. Hold a public hearing to consider the request of August G. Berend, application owner for zoning change from general retail district to neighborhood services on 0.48 acre tract of land described as the J.R. Mitchell Survey, abstract number 384, Titus County, Texas, and being part of that called a 3-acre tract of land recorded in volume 392, page 2 of the deed of records, Titus County, same being all that called of a 0.4 acre tract of land conveyed to Rance Austin Craig, recorded in clerk file number 2013-4600, said 0.476 acres, city of Mount Pleasant, Titus County, Texas, and generally located on the southeast quadrant of US 271 and FM 1734 North Edwards, and take any next action necessary.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And as you can see, the property is located here on the southeast quadrant of US 271 and Edwards. It's actually just south of, right up here is the Mount Pleasant School. You got Mount Pleasant School District, Bus Barn. You got Lowe's that's down here as well too. So that kind of gives you an idea where this property is located. The applicant is coming forward because they have a potential buyer for the property, and let me show you the property here. It is a single-family home that sits in a general retail zone, and the issue here is that the title company is not moving forward with this because of the zoning. The general retail zone does not allow for homes, single-family homes. So if something happened to this home, if it were destroyed or demolished for whatever reason, general retail will not allow for this to be constructed on the property. So the applicant is requesting to rezone this to something to be more appropriate for that neighborhood. That would be the neighborhood services district. And so the neighborhood services district will allow for a single-family home with that. And so essentially, this is what the applicant is looking at. When you take a look, once again, at the future land use plan of the comp plan, it calls for this area right here. Keep hitting the wrong thing. Calls for this area. This is all general retail here. It does call for this area to be a commercial center. That obviously characterizes commercial type of businesses there. However, with that as a variety of commercial type structures there, the secondary land uses within the future land use plan does support residential uses, and so with that, the applicant's proposed use is actually compatible with the future land use plan. And with that, I don't believe the applicant is here. However, staff is available for any questions that you may have. This is a public hearing.
What is this 10-12-65 ID number?
That may be the property ID number. I'm not sure what we're looking at. So if we go back here, there is yeah, this is a dance studio, I think, right here. You also have another single-family home down here. And then Lowe's right is down here. There's an intervening property here, vacant property. Most of the area is vacant in this area.
Nobody want to say anything, so we'll close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion to change the zoning from general retail to neighborhood services?
Make a motion, we approve the change to neighborhood.
Here a second. Everybody say aye. Aye. All right, it's changed. We're gonna go to item number 5, discuss and consider a request from Dr. Keaton Shaw for the approval of a preliminary plat for the Northridge Villa Apartments Phase 1 and Phase 2, being a tract of land located in the Berry Merchant Survey, Abstract 358, Titus County, Texas, in the city of Mount Pleasant, and being all called a 6.35 acre tract, Tract 1, and all called of a 1.5 acre, 4.5 acre tract, Tract 2, conveyed to DK Skyrise LLC in a deed known as instrument number 2021-059-0595 of Public Records of Titus County, Texas, and is generally located south of I-30 between US 271 and FM 1402, city of Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And this is going to be a multifamily development located right here that you can see just south of East Burton, just right here where I-30 is located as well. You got the Northridge Church located here as well too. And this ultimately is going to be 132 apartment units that'll be when it's fully developed. It's a 2-phase development. First phase, you're looking at 72 apartments that'll be constructed. They'll have some other amenities on the site as well, and they'll have a clubhouse, retail facility with this associated with this. Phase 2 will be constructed later on. That'll bring in another 60 units for the site. The primary thing we're looking at here for the preliminary plat is just to make sure that they have the adequate facilities, and so they will be connecting to the existing sanitary sewer, as well as the water department, water facilities. The only other thing on this that is still being looked at is, there's a creek that runs right through here as well, and so the engineering on this is being reviewed. Our engineer record is working with their engineer to make sure that that there's no additional water that's going to be carried through. So they're taking a look at all that right now. The project is subject to final engineering approval before we can move forward with any type of construction. They will be required for final plat as well before we issue any CO on that as well. With that, the staff does recommend approval of the preliminary plat with the conditions that we have listed in staff's report. I'm available for any questions.
Okay.
That is correct. Yes, that is correct.
All right. Do I hear a motion to consider the request or approval of the preliminary plat for the Northridge Villa Apartments Phase 1 and Phase 2?
I make a motion, we approve the plat for Northridge Apartment.
Hear a second? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Go to item number 6, the Planning Director's Report.
The only thing I have this evening is we'll probably see you next month. We do have a potential plat coming in to you, so that meeting is on November the 8th, I believe, on that. Other than that, I don't know if, Robert, do you have anything? Thank you.
All right. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.